Yo, what up? How y'all doing, family? Yes, we are over 1,500, and I'm just so damn excited about that. We're going to continue to grow, and I decided that I was going to bring back the healthy nurse tips again because I started my channel on this right here, and I kind of got away because, they wasn't getting a lot of views, and I'm like, you know what? Let me go ahead and get back up on that because there was a small community of my people that was really looking forward to that, and it was adding value to their lives as well. So we definitely got to talk about, what's going on to keep us on this earth a lot longer, okay? So here we go right now. Are y'all ready to give up y'all damn fried chicken, okay? Yes, that's what we're talking about today. Are y'all ready to give up your fried chicken, okay? Because there has been a study that has been going on over the past 18 years of women where they have linked pretty much, fried chicken to, higher death rates, okay? So let's get up into it, okay? So this study was taking place, it had women from ages 50 to 79, and it pretty much tracked them over an 18-year time frame to see what they ate, what kind of foods they ate and things of that nature, okay? And it really looked at how often they ate different fried foods, including chicken, fish, shellfish, French fries, and tortilla chips and tacos. So, to me, whenever I first read this, I'm like, okay, this must be they must have did this on mostly, minorities, or blacks and Hispanics and things, but I have to realize, Caucasians eat fried chicken too. They like tacos and stuff too. So, I can't even sit there and say that. But they did pick women that were in a menopausal state or whatever because it's a lot more things going on with the body, during the menopausal phase of women. And what they're saying with this study is that it should not vary, between ages and gender. So the studies they found, even though they did it on, women, that this is the same thing that is could be happening in men as well, no matter, and both genders, no matter what age group, that they're going for. So, like I say, we got to be careful. We got to be mindful of what we eat. We got to do things in moderation and stuff. I've been trying to do more baked chicken, trying to, just switch it up with the more vegetables in my diet because I'm understanding that, you know, our health is our wealth, and pretty much we got to make sure we are ingesting foods that are going to be good to us and stuff. And what I have been doing is buying like the chicken that costs a little bit more, but it has no type of, GMO, hormone, whatever, because you don't know what you get in the little value packs and stuff that Walmart be having. Yeah, that should be, it be damn cheap or whatever, you know what I'm saying? You get a lot more chicken breast in there, but I actually did like an evaluation. If you do like their little meat section, it's like the expensive meats that's, more organic or whatever, and like, fed, properly, and then you got, plump and juicy or whatever, you know what I'm saying? You got the no antibiotic meat, and then you got plump and juicy at the end. That's real cheap or whatever. And you can actually taste the difference in the chickens, it's more soft, it cooks a whole lot better and things of that nature. So that's what I've been trying to do. Of course, I don't eat any pork or any type of red meat anymore, and I try to stay away from shellfish. So it's pretty much fish and chicken for me, and that's kind of how I've been doing things. So I'm not saying that it's a lot of that ain't fried chicken, you know what I'm saying? I gotta try to get away from that, but I'm trying to switch up things as I go. And after reading this study right here, it really helped me to understand that I have to do a better job and being more cognizant as to, how much fried food I am eating. And what I have noticed here lately, since I have been doing a lot of baked stuff, is the minute that I eat something fried, I can instantly tell. Like my stomach goes to a full blown conniption or whatever, and I have to take like a Prilosec or something like that to calm my acid reflux and stuff down because my body is trying to transition out of it, especially when I have not been consuming that much. Okay, so let's keep going. What it is said here in this article is that fried chicken daily, eating fried chicken daily was linked to 13% higher risk of dying early. And if you ate fried fish daily, it was linked to a 7% risk of dying early as well. Okay, so over the course of that 18-year time frame, what happened was 31,588 women died, okay? And out of that, 8,358 women had heart disease problems, okay? So this is pretty much where you have the atherosclerosis, where you had the hardening of the arteries, and pretty much blood can't pretty much travel through. So I'm pretty sure these women were at risk for, or they had strokes, or they had some type of coronary artery disease that probably had make them have heart attacks or whatever. So those are what they're talking about. That's probably what those deaths and things actually came from as well. So what they're saying is that they know very little about long-term effects of fried food consumption, and that's what Dr. Wee Boa, who is the professor at University of Iowa, who's the epidemiology professor. He's the one who actually conducted this study, and he said that there is before there was a shown linkage between fried foods and also the increased risk of heart disease and diabetes, but what they're showing here is it's mainly to heart disease and everything. So what they said is over in, where is it, I done lost it. Over in one of these damn countries where they use a lot of olive oil, I think it was Spain. I want to say Spain. They pretty much said that they have a lower risk of heart disease because the olive oil, it has a lot of unsaturated fats and everything in it, so it's more healthy for you. Plus it has like a higher cooking point or whatever, so you can cook it at many different levels and stuff or whatever. So like I say, it's not really the fried chicken, and that's not really what I'm talking about here. It's more so what you are the kind of greases and things that you're using with it. Like, you should be using alternatives like sunflower oil, or if you're not allergic, peanut oil, and things of that nature, you know what I'm saying, like the extra light olive oil, because those things are, highly saturated in fats, and not going to be there to raise your cholesterol and all that stuff like that, okay? So, that's that right there. Let's see. They also found that there was no risk in cancer, with the fried chicken or whatever. So there's not a link to cancer, but there is a link to the coronary artery disease and the hardening of the arteries, where you have, just a whole bunch of plaque buildup. And, people that have said they had heart attacks and strokes and things, they probably ate a lot of greasy foods and things, hence the reason why they may have to go get cardiac cath and get a stent put in so that the blood can be able to travel freely through that, and those that really don't take heed to that, they're subject to being at risk for a, myocardial infarction, or aka a heart attack or a stroke or whatever. And, that's not good because, I know in the African American community, and, I know in my family as well, high blood pressure and those things, they run in our community. I actually have high blood pressure. I take a diuretic, hydrochlorothiazide. Yeah, I take that or whatever. And, it helps me eliminate these salts in my body. Yes, it keeps my motherfucking mouth dry and shit or whatever, but it's all motherfucking good. I gotta do that to make sure it's not putting pressure on my arteries, that could put me at risk for a motherfucking heart attack or cause me to have congestive heart failure as well. And so I have to be mindful of the amount of sodium and things that I'm putting in my body, because that can raise my blood pressure as well. So like I said, all this is like a ping pong off of each other, whatever, and all these different things that's dealing with, food consumptions. It really plays a big part of our health. That's why we should be going more to, vegetarian or vegan. I'll probably go more pescatarian or something once I finally get that taste of chicken out of my mouth. I'll probably be more open to that, because that's kind of what my sister has went to, and she really loves it. I actually tried some of her dishes and things, and it's pretty good. So like I say, I'm going to do better on my part. Especially, we have to think about what we're consuming as well, because Trump has dropped the whole, has lifted some of the EPA regulations. That's why we got so many food recalls and stuff right now. So we really don't know what the fuck we're eating. We should probably be doing more vegan, more, like I said, vegetarian, because you probably have less risk and you can probably grow those things at home. But everything's a transition. Like I say, I'm not saying give up fried chicken, but you have to do things in moderation. Okay. Let's see, what else is going on here that I want to talk about. Some of the things, or some of these signs and symptoms that you would look out for if you were having, or experiencing, like, or clogged arteries or something like that. Pretty much, of course, you're putting yourself at risk for stroke, shortness of breath and things. Also, you could be a little bit more fatigued, have some chest pains and stuff that probably may be doing, like, some coronary artery disease and all that. Maybe experiencing some lower back pain, and especially in men, maybe some erectile dysfunction or whatever. Nobody wants that shit. Nobody wants to let ding-a-lang. And then, feeling some numbness and some coldness in your feet or whatever. Now, of course, things may vary. I'm not saying if you do experience these things, that's what you have or whatever. But if you're over the age of 25, you can take a 81 milligram aspirin, baby aspirin, to kind of offset the whole hardening of the arteries, which is recommended by the American Heart Association. But like I say, some of our alternatives, like I say, is the olive oils, the sunflower oils, and things like that. They don't have saturated fats, and just kind of, just being mindful of what we're consuming in our body. And that's kind of all I really got to say about that. Hope y'all enjoyed the video, and I love you all. Love you all. Hit the subscribe button, and bye.